fish are hungry. I want to go feed them. Hurry, Lucy! I have to feed my fish. Barrett. You dog? No. Wow, look at you. Really? My goodness. When did you get it? The last year. Yeah. Those glasses. Man, see how my great glasses? The fishing one. Yeah, fishing. That's what I love to do. Check out my fish. Picking up. Wow. There's a lot going on here. A lot of remodeling, painting, tearing stuff down. Oh, good. Rebuilding. Yeah. I can't. Look at the size of this guy. I know. He's great. He's fantastic.
Okay, comes up.
Okay.
All right. So the cameras are rolling. So we're meeting again, girls. And where are we meeting? Does anyone recognize this establishment?
This is my house.
And it's in a state of
despair. It's like knocking down walls, and
it's exciting.
You know, it's really fun, actually. It's come a long way, because before, when I moved in, it was just extremely Victorian with this little fine detail of intricate, you know, work on the stairs and dainty moldings and white formal carpeting. And
is that right? And you've taken it all off?
I took it all down. Yeah.
I can't believe someone had white carpeting throughout the whole house.
But they didn't have children, you know, and they had a little tiny dog. Well, I went to tile. I figured that's just the most practical of it all, so, yeah.
The first thing I have to ask you guys is, what was it like inside the cake at the convention before you?
That was hilarious.
What is going on in there?
Well, first of all, the microphone didn't work, right?
Yeah.
The microphone didn't work.
Renee's been very gracious. Hilarious, because no, I mean, you did fine. I was just going, this is ridiculous. This is crazy.
Yeah, but I'm looking up at you, right? You're crouched down, looking down at me, like with your legs, you know, the top
around
of
my ears.
Yeah,
trying to keep my afro
like
under
the spider,
control.
you know. And then you start singing, and I'm thinking, sounds great. I love it, you know. It sounds great
inside the cake.
No one else is saying anything. I thought, well, that's odd. This is a little peculiar, so that's where I kind of crawled down, you know, with my G.I. Joe crawl. And I was like, I don't think the mic's working.
And she was telling, yeah, she was so good because she was going, don't sing, don't go
off the
cake. Okay. I'm not going to make a move until Renee tells me I can go.
And I was like, I don't think you should, because it's not working.
Yeah.
And then I G.I. Joe'd back in, and I said, check your mic or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a little malfunction.
It was very funny.
And did they ever, I never heard out how they actually fixed it. Did someone make an adjustment, or did it finally work?
Ren took my pack off me, and I don't know. And they had to run all the way back, and we're still sitting there listening to the whole song
Oh my
go
God.
on and on. Thinking, oh,
yeah.
now it's not going to be a surprise.
But what's funny is then, you know, I gave you yours back, and somehow in my crawling underneath the stage, I knocked my microphone off. So then I'm trying to stick my
Comedy
back.
of errors.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
So then I just like stuck it inside my butt, you know, like underneath the pants. In the pants.
Was it good reception?
It was lovely. Yeah, it felt great. The sound was perfect. So I don't think you could hear anything. I think you heard my furt. Luckily, you couldn't hear me after
Heard
the
your
first
what?
line.
Your furt?
The first.
Furt.
My furt. No, my first line came out, and then after that, you couldn't hear anything. I think the microphone shut itself down. Thank God, because
I just thought you were
hear me
lip syncing
sing.
poorly.
I was singing away, but thank God nobody heard.
Oh, it was fun though. It was good.
I was delivering my one-liners, trying to keep the audience from like starting to stamp their feet. Finally climbed out of that cake, and you climb out of that cake, and we discovered that Renee has a...
Belly button ring?
Yeah. What came over you, girl?
Oh,
it's nothing.
Well, nothing came over me. It's just,
Yes.
unfortunately, it was infected at the time. Still a little red.
Oh, that's nice.
It was doing so well. And then a couple days before, I became deathly ill. The Thursday before, I was in bed all day with about 102 fever.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, and I was marking my stomach with a
a lipstick to make sure that the bud poisoning wasn't going to keep extending, you know?
Why did you use lipstick instead of a pen?
Because
Because lipstick's going to get on your jammies.
Oh, it didn't matter. I was, I was delirious. I just, it's the first thing I could find. But yeah, unfortunately, it just kept growing. And then I finally went to the doctor on Friday. I'm like, well, I think I better fix this. And she said, well, of course you can take it out. I was like, well, that's not an option. Because I wanted this. I'm not taking it out. And so she gave me an antibiotic, and then luckily it kicked in. But the next day it was still red. But it, it was nasty. That I had some friends over. So disgusting. I had some friends over Wednesday night, and it was gross. We're like squeezing.
Don't talk about pus.
It was squeezing the pus out. It's great.
Do I gather from this that look at her eyes? Do I gather from this that you would not have something pierced?
Ever? Come on.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. I've
Really?
had my ears done. No. You do it because it gives you pleasure,
Yes.
to have it.
I like
It
it.
wouldn't give me any pleasure to have it.
Right.
Same with tattoos. It wouldn't give me any pleasure to have it done.
It might
Poking me
hurt
with
to
a
having it.
needle, I don't think so.
I don't think it would give me pleasure to have it done, but I think I might enjoy it after the fact. It's funny, I was thinking about a tattoo, and I don't understand women who get the stuff on their butt. It's like, what's the point? You can't look at it. You're doing it for someone else? What's the point? If I want a tattoo, I want to be able to see it. So I think
that's interesting.
I'd probably have it somewhere where I could look at it.
I do understand that, because
It's a
remember
sexy-
Katrina on our
Yeah.
show had that really nice
It's
Maori
very
design?
Beautiful. I mean, it was beautiful work, and it was very sexy. Because I remember, like, Katrina would go, everybody,
Yeah, look at my butt.
No,
Yeah.
she didn't know. She's
Well,
just,
it was
beautiful
a great
presence.
design. Yeah.
But then why, you can't see it, really.
I just don't like the idea.
Needles.
Of having somebody go all over your body.
Yeah, I don't know. I went to the tattoo expo to get my belly button piercing.
That guy thought you had tats at the convention too.
Oh, really? Yeah. No, but I went to see, because I've been thinking about getting a belly button. I've been thinking about a tattoo, so I went and
How did you know there was a tattoo expo in town?
I just was paying attention, and I thought, oh, this is interesting. So it was great. It was really
wouldn't understand.
fascinating. It was so fascinating, but it was very, clean. They had like little stalls and stuff. Obviously, it was extremely clean. But I thought I laughed because the irony is I chose the Beverly Hills tattoo parlor. Here are all these grungy places, and I go to the Beverly Hills one because it seemed really clean. It was just so hilarious.
Beverly Hills and Watts. It was, it's just the
No.
name, right?
Oh no, it was. They had like pictures of like Britney Spears and all these stars that they had pierced. So I was like,
Given
well, it's got to be
infections
clean
too.
then, right?
One of the things you said on that stage is that you look so demure. And when you're talking about the tattoos, shirts, as I said, they wear sleeves. You should let people know who weren't aware of it that she had tattoo sleeves on. So you're trying to get out of that demure.
I get out of it. I was just having fun. I thought it was a funny T-shirt, and I always, when I do wear it, it's so interesting to see people's reaction, especially around here. Because the ladies are very demure, and to have someone else that's a mom walking around town with a tattooed sleeved shirt is a little weird. It's just
Because
fun.
it looked kind of real.
It looks real.
It looks like you
Yeah.
have a sheer shirt over
Yeah.
actually tattooed arms.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, I saw a
love
friend of
it.
mine had it once, and I was kind of surprised she had it on, and I just thought it was so funny. And then it just turned out that I was in the store and I saw one. It was the last one they had, and I thought, I'd like to have that. It's just fun to have. So that's all. It's cute. I think it was funny.
Now we get to Lucy had the wig on. What I was thinking of, even while you were doing it, because we talked about before the fact that you don't like to take it off. You're in character at that point,
Yeah.
but an actor has to reveal parts of themselves to play a part. At least that's what I hear a lot of. So,
But you do that in a
who's more
character.
comfortable in their own skin?
Renee.
But I think you also do reveal a part of yourself even through a character, because it's still coming from you. You know what I mean? Like you were hilarious at the convention because you had the whole audience and you were doing, it was like a British school teacher or something. Do you remember that? I just remember you had your hands on your knees and you're having everybody, it reminded me, it just went into this British school teacher thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing. You're probably not going to see me.
I don't think you do that as much though if But you wouldn't do that sort of thing as much. Well, maybe you would. I don't know.
What?
Oh, you know that.
Oh, right.
No, the real Lucy doesn't bloody. I
Right.
don't show that to people.
Right. Cabs.
Well, no, you both would have seen it, but it's nobody's business, and I don't think. I mean, I'm quite introspective sort of person.
Yeah, but you're very clear about who you are as a person, so it's not an issue. I mean, you're very comfortable in your own skin. But when it comes
she doesn't
to,
think she's as comfortable as you are. Now, is
But I
that
think-
in revealing your own skin or actually in it?
No, you know what I think it is that Renee spent the last 4 years coming out, and I've spent the last 4 years going in.
huh? Well, it's all a cycle.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Now we're gonna flip.
You gotta mull that.
So in 4 more years, right?
Yeah.
It'd be like,
you gotta go now.
I'm
again.
gonna have
maybe.
this like
Yeah.
wig.
I'm much less.
Mind you, I have been spending the last few years really looking at, deconstructing all my egos. You know what I mean? The alter ego of Gabrielle was first, sort of like, and then I did that one woman show, and I just wanted to let the Xena stuff go, and that was sort of my way of doing that. And then it's just been other ways of getting to the root of it all, and who am I? And so solid with an understanding of that, because I do want to play other roles, and I want to be able to know who I am, what I believe in, and then layer it with all these wonderful colors. And that's sort of, I felt like I had to get to the root of who I am first before I could do that. And I'm starting to write.
But they're going to.
You're writing. Just started writing. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple, I mentioned at the convention that I wanted to do a short film this year. So it's like, and the reason I even said it out loud is because I knew if I said it there that I would.
You committed to
Yeah,
it.
I'm committed to it.
Yeah.
So I started writing it, and one is about this man, takes his dad on a last joyride. But it's turning into something darker, really. And in the middle of doing that, I started writing this other one about a young girl, which is really interesting. I don't know if I'll ever show anyone this, but it's great to,
Good for you.
oh my gosh, yeah.
Plumb the depths. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And the trick is just to don't think about it, just sit
Keep writing
yourself
it.
down and
I know.
do this.
Because to me, that's the scariest thing ever.
Yeah.
The exposure of writing, because there's no character there, it's just all you. But I keep going back and forth between the two, just trying to figure out where it's going to go. And I don't know if anyone will see this at all. Maybe, maybe not. But the freedom of just writing whatever I want to write is giving me the ability to say everything, that I want to
Yeah.
say.
And sometimes as actors, those downtimes between when you're working, just to have some creative outlet is really
So
vital, so
important.
that you feel like you are fulfilling your. It's
Yes.
almost like a biological purpose. That is what you do, is you create words and emotions and things, and when nobody's paying you to do it, you must do
You
it
have
for
to keep
yourself.
going,
Yeah.
Or it'll get stopped up.
Yeah, which to me is coming out also in the art. I love to paint now. If I don't
so
want to
good.
write, I'll take some wine and I'll just go.
That's great.
Well, if I want to start, usually I start off with like something like
Thank you.
an anger or something that gets me impassioned and I get going.
Good.
And it's usually like just the broad strokes of a piece of canvas. And then I kind of start looking at it, and then it takes months. So then I'll
That's
start
great.
playing with it, and it's very joyful, truly. But it's funny how usually I start off because I have to express something, and it's like you said, it's vital.
Comes
Gets
out.
something
Wow,
out.
that's really terrific.
Oh,
I've been
that's
thinking
fun.
about doing that too.
Oh, really?
I used to
I've
paint
thought
a
of
lot
you.
as a teenager.
Yeah, I remember you said that. I'd love to see what you come up with. I'll have to show you.
Painted the flowers on the door of your bedroom.
Yeah, I used to paint all sorts of stuff.
What? I'm asking, with what? What did you use? On the door?
Well, I mean, on the door, I'd just every day or a week through a certain period, I'd do a sort of a different type of flower that, I don't know why I did that, but to make a sort of a garland
That's
on
beautiful.
the back of my bedroom door. And I don't know.
Is it in the house you're in now, or is it when you were a teenager?
No, and
When
I
you were
washed
younger.
it off.
Oh.
I got to a period where I went, oh, flowers, that's so
Oh,
dumb.
nice.
And I washed it all off.
Oh.
So I guess it wasn't oil. Acrylic, I guess.
Really?
Scrubbed it off with bloody oven cleaner or something.
Speaking of kids, and one weekend a month, and you were talking in an interview about the fact that you don't believe in cussing around your son, because this character.
Who? Not me.
Really?
No, it must be no. No, I'm trying to. You're not talking to me though, are you?
No, I was
She's
actually
talking
talking
to
to
me.
Renee at this point.
I just knew that I never said that to you.
No, you did an interview where we were talking about the cussing that the character did in One Weekend a Month, and you were actually doing it around the kids that were in that movie, and that you don't cuss around your son, and so I was thinking of kids growing up. So in other words, it's okay for parents to cuss, but they don't want their kids to do it, or you just don't want them to learn it young.
Some parents can't help it.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't want that
you don't
environment
want
around my son. I don't want.
Yeah, so
You
I
know.
don't get to visit much.
You don't get to be your.
Lucy the sailor. No.
She's in the bathroom.
We set the bar really low with cussing at our house, so that stupid is a cuss word. You're not allowed to say the
Right.
S word. And so my kid goes to school and says, he'll tittle tattle on Cameron S for saying the S word, and the teacher will go, "What is that? What S word would that be?" He goes, "Stupid."
The S word.
And the teachers go, because all these kids are so sort of nice.
Isn't that funny? And Miles was just starting to say, "But my butt burped."
My butt burped.
No. So it's great. So I say, "Bum, honey. At least use bum, right?"
Does bum sound better to you?
Yeah, I think it's cute.
Huh.
So anyway, so I'm going from butt to bum in our house.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm always relieved that bloody is not a swear word here.
I
'cause
love bloody too.
That does come out quite a bit out of me.
Yeah. No, I'm sure Miles will pick up words here and there because things, come out, but it's only if I'm driving or something and I'm about to have a wreck, and then I say something.
I'm trying to figure out what age.
In the
Did
driving.
you say the S word? Yeah, when you're stupid.
No, I say fuck. I do, and I'm about to have a wreck or something. I was like, fuck. But then there's a part of me that knows he's in the environment, so it comes under my breath, but it's still coming out, So it's funny.
At what age do parents allow their kids to start swearing?
Yeah, I hope he doesn't.
My daughter never has.
No?
Really?
Really?
No, I think it's a Clockwork Orange effect that I cussed so much that she's really repulsed by it.
Doesn't mean anything.
It's funny.
No, she didn't. She's
That's what I was
totally
wondering.
turned off it.
That is funny, because you do wonder if they're going to go to school one day and just go, with all the cuss words that they can't say at home.
Do New Zealand young kids, they swear as much as American young kids?
I don't know
think
any.
so.
Around,
I
I don't know.
They do it around here an awful lot at an awfully
Really?
young age. Yeah.
No,
I'm
it is awful.
surprised.
Seriously, I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also in this interview, I love this interview you did. You did an interview, something called Scoop, when you do Up in the Sundance.
There were two. Was it Scoop?
One was a kid and one was an older.
Which one was
type
this?
Of,
Scoop was the lady at Sundance. That's right.
Okay, yeah, the question
She's
seemed
older.
a little bit older. We should wait till the machine checks and cuts it. Will we hear your voice saying no? It'll be silent.
You've dialed.
Yeah. We're not in right now.
We're all in right now. Lucy should answer the phone. She had asked you, how do you prepare for an emotional role or scene? And you said if you hadn't experienced something, I would just try and replace the feeling with something that was specific for me. So for Renee, I was thinking, how would that work with a scene like poisoning your child in Maternal Instincts when you had to poison Hope? And
She used to use my daughter sometimes.
What?
Do you remember sometimes you
No.
would substitute, not that
Would
you would
I?
poison my daughter,
Yeah.
but when
God, I
we were
remember.
talking about Solon or something.
It seems familiar, so
Yeah,
probably.
you would kind of use. Oh, I
Daisy.
think because I think I changed the words on when it was over my shoulder. In that, in the musical Bittersweet.
Yeah, you're right.
Her blood is
Absolutely.
on your hands.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, you
and
did.
she
It
would-
gives me chills now. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, it gives me chills now. And also because I know you so well, and I guess there is that sense of you're being a mother and the daughter, and it would be her. You know what I mean? That yeah, I'm sure I would relate to it to being Daisy. Just yeah, that's awful.
But yes, substitution's a big part of acting.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the part that popped into my head when I was thinking about it in terms of Lucy was walling up a child. What part of you
When did that happen?
In the debt, you're walling up little
It
Ming.
was a big deal, wasn't it? That was an amazing episode. I don't think people
I
know
can't remember
what
that.
out there television
Yeah.
that we produced. But, well, I remember as a child seeing, there was some horror movie about people being walled up in this house. And me just being obsessed with, I'd watch horror movies all the time.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one that did. You used to...
Well,
Really?
No.
Oh, that's
Born
so
and raised
funny.
on them. I'm
I
so
had no
relieved that we
idea.
were Catholics because, you know, all the vampires,
Ah!
that I would know what to do.
I had no idea.
Yeah, watch so, and also having older brothers who would do extremely mean things to us all the time. I think I somehow learned, was very sensitive to the victor mentality,
Wow.
and then probably turning mean to my little brother. Or, you know, it's a power thing. You've lost being very low status and sometimes being high status. So I think. Yes, there was some quite sort of dog-eat-dog moments in my childhood.
Now that I think about it, that look on Xena's face when she was holding up the child, when you said, like the older brother getting one over on the kid sister, you're right, that's what it looked like, a sense of victory. It wasn't a sense of cruelty, it was a sense of victory.
Wow.
And I wouldn't have thought of that at the time, that what it was reminding me of.
It's horrible, but I think any of us who are sensitive or did have bad experiences as children have a lot to play with emotionally. You've got a lot hidden down there.
So it makes acting so interesting, though, isn't it? That you can have those opportunities, you know? I mean, it's a dark place to wall up.
Right. A lot of people don't want to go there, though. you know.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah?
I think actors cannot help but explore that stuff.
See, and I still think it's scary. You know what I mean? I still think, wow, you know, it's like, but it is fun, but it's scary, I think.
The parts of
Yeah,
yourself that
that's
still,
right.
are there parts of
Yeah.
yourself that still scare you?
Yeah, you push yourself to go
Sure.
some pretty dark places. This cat is just like my cat.
Well, she's from New Zealand, too.
You look like Tigger. You were like my
Come on
first
up,
cat. Only
Kiora.
sort of fatter.
Her name is Kiora.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not the cat you have now.
This cat. No, my first
Yeah.
cat. But he was thinner. Your cat's fat, man.
Is she great?
She's not pregnant, is she?
No.
She's just took care of that. Come on, hey, puss.
Kia ora.
Just
Kia ora, kia ora,
We,
kia ora. Kia ora.
Does she jump up?
She has slightly sort of sad eyes.
She's like a tough, heavy, full of
Oh,
jump.
look at the size of that.
Hello.
Ah.
Look a bit like my cat Tigger.
Isn't it really?
But the exact colouring.
Isn't that funny? You know, she adopted me, and she's from Rotorua. And my mom went over there on a little tour, and she jumped in my mom's car, and then she brought her back to Auckland, you know?
We just adopted a cat too,
Oh, yeah?
from Louisiana.
Oh, I've
Stray.
What's that? What do you mean? That's so funny.
Yeah, we just fell in love with this little stray cat, only a year old, little male.
That is
Got him
hilarious.
neutered and
Isn't that
brought him
funny?
home.
You brought one back from Louisiana, and I brought one back from New Zealand.
it's so cool.
Very
He is
patient
cool, huh?
cat.
Yeah.
Back to the convention, there were so many interesting things going on up there. When asked at the convention about any spats the two of you had during filming, Lucy joked, well, the sex was sporadic. After the audience died down, you asked the audience if they knew about LBD.
Lesbian bed death.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, my gay girlfriends say that, well, you know how that quite often, this was their words, not mine, that the sexual impulse will kind of die down for women in a marriage. And then sometimes when you get two women in a marriage, they just both cease wanting to have sex at all. So that's what LBD is. So
Did that
if
come
you-
up at the convention? No.
I made a joke about it, and half the audience went, like they got it. And the rest, yeah, otherwise you just wouldn't know what that means. But there you go. I'd never heard of it either.
I was reading an article in the newspaper this morning about the difference in how men and women perceive things. And wondering if you guys have noticed that, for instance, life, work, marriage. Do you notice any difference in the way you guys are, married? Do you have any difference in the way You know, children, life together. Do you notice differences in the way you look at things and men look at things?
We were just talking about that, weren't we, actually?
Yeah, we were. Wow, where do you start?
Yes, I can certainly say that with Rob and I, if somebody is, for example, say working in our home, if this person doesn't fit in with your family culture, they are out the effing door. Doesn't matter how great their skills are, if they are making this, my harmonious retreat, a battleground, or in any way, interfering with my wow man, they're gone. Whereas Rob so values somebody's skills that he's ready to put up with any amount of painful relationship in order to use this, use his skills and pay them for those skills.
Yeah.
But to me, home, because he goes to work every day, I suppose, that a man regards a house a little differently. I don't know.
Well, that's a lot like, bringing that up, that's a lot like an office situation where bosses, which, for better or worse, is still majority are men, that
they'll keep the employees.
Yeah.
Who are well past their use by date.
Right.
But they will keep them on for a specific skill.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's different in your
never
home.
mind their emotional, the baggage they carry with them.
Right. Whereas we're connected to everything emotionally, and
And you perceive
if there's tension in the house, you've got to get rid of it. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, or office or whatever. Yeah, I don't keep people around who are painful to me.
It's funny because I'm thinking jokes, like it's funny how Steve will interact with Miles on a completely different level than I will,
Yeah,
They'll
right,
be
that's
joking
true.
around about the fart jokes, you know what I mean? They'll wrestle and all this stuff, and I'm like, and I, give him the Band-Aids and I kiss his feet, and I tickle him. It's, it's just different interactions.
I always think a mother is there to nurture and smother, and a father is there to, encourage that boy to go off to his death.
It's so
Yes,
true.
son, you can play with fish hooks, you can...
Yeah, right.
Let me show you my big knife.
Climb up that ladder. Climb up the ladder and jump, right? Go on.
And I'm just going to totally smother you and turn you into...
Yeah. So it's different.
Huh.
We're exaggerating, but there's an element of truth in it.
That's what the article was talking about. Something else that was at the end of the convention was this girl was talking about the warrior spirit. She was a teacher, and I've been talking to teachers recently, and there's a lot. You did a layout sheet that we talked about last time about the body and learning to accept it the way it is.
I remember that.
And you've got a daughter who's in her teen years. How do you? And then again, you're in the acting business, where there are all kinds of rules, unspoken rules and regulations about, just every part of you. How do you make yourself happy? And how would you make your daughter happy?
Right.
And learn to live with themselves, be a girl in this world, and still be whole? Because it's kind of tough still.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, I think we're in a really, a difficult business where if you let this collective idea of what's beautiful affect you, then, you could just keep changing yourself to kind of please everybody else. But that's difficult for sure. But
I think one good thing that one thing I managed to do, which I'm really pleased about now, is never referring to myself in a negative way, like negative body image, no matter what I thought deep down about myself, never expressing that, or in fact saying the opposite.
Really? You mean to whom, though?
Around my daughter.
Oh, right.
But past a certain age, they're with their friends. It's not about you anymore.
Yeah.
So all you can do is just manage your own neuroses.
You just keep strengthening their belief in themselves, I guess, right? As
Yeah,
well, you know
and,
what I mean?
and that you never don't try to help them by telling them you're fat, making negative
Right.
assessments or any kind,
Yeah, judgments.
assessments of their physique or whatever. Yeah, talk about what's great about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, past a certain age, you don't matter anymore.
Right.
In your teens, you're just something to laugh at. So in their teens.
in your teens. You were pretty laughable in your own teens.
But if you're critical of yourself, they are going to turn that into self-criticism.
Is there anything from your...
But going back to like our business, I mean, it is difficult, I think, as an actor, because you're in an environment where everybody's looking at you, you know what I mean, and going, okay, they're getting older, you know what I mean? I mean, that's the reality of it all. And it is difficult to kind of keep that strength of mind and going, I am okay, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm getting older, it's okay, you know what I mean? This is normal, you know, and that's the to me, the challenge of being in this business as well. It's like, you know, let's go along with it. And yeah, maybe the reality also is that it is a short-lived career. You know, maybe not. Who knows? But that's what we kind of bought into. You know, but you never know. I mean, I looked at Lauren Bacall the other day. She's beautiful. You know, and then you see these women that are, and you just go, wow. You know, and so you walk away at some point. But at least you keep your integrity. You know, I hope. I'll be like glasses. I don't know.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm constantly reminding myself that I have to redefine success. Success is not being in the front of the magazines or being
Right.
Yeah, if you have that idea that I get all this acclaim, or people make a fuss and colour, you know, pull out the blue M&Ms or some bullshit like that, and that's what tells me I'm successful. If you're fed by the amount of attention you get, you are doomed.
Yeah, you are doomed.
You are doomed, because they ain't there at the end of the day, and honey, they're there because they're getting paid, you know, not because it's being in your fabulousness. So,
like I used to sit at my desk in my office at work when I worked in the publishing company, and I think I said this to one of you before, that I'm talking to myself there, and the secretary on the desk says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm congratulating myself." "What do you mean you're congratulating yourself?" I said, "Well, I just did something good. I'm going to be damned if I'm going to wait for somebody else to tell me."
Right. Good on you.
right, yeah, say something nice to yourself, right? Yeah, internal dialogue. Somebody, I can't remember who said that's really important to do that. Yeah.
Fun. That's funny.
What 3 words, this was another question, I don't know if you remember this, I'll see if you do. What 3 words would you say best describe you? Do you remember being asked that question from this lady?
But to me, I guess it would change daily. So.
Well, there was 1, 2, and then
Excited comes to mind. I'm excited about life. Compassionate. And sad. I'm really, truly, like when I think compassionate, I'm just sad about, I really get sad about like the war and all the people and people's situations and healthcare and all these, you know, like really, you know, humanitarian issues. And that makes me sad. But then again, I'm excited about life, and I think that we're all really fortunate to have an opportunity to be here. So there, that's me, I guess, right now.
Today. January 5.
Tomorrow I'll be like,
January.
pissed off. Sending on. No.
Next question. You're gonna ask me for 3 words, I mean.
Yeah.
Introspective.
Fork it over.
Introspective.
Yeah. Don't think about it.
Yeah. Introspective. Not so much about me. I think I'm introspective about life and the meaning of it. I don't think about myself in those terms very much. Does anybody? Aren't we all too busy?
Yeah.
I'm busy. That's what I am. I have a lot of demands on me. Responsible, yeah. Don't want to be though.
You don't want to be?
No. As soon as these kids are 18, man, I'm going to go out and smoke and drink and...
Getting a belly button ring.
Yeah.
What 3 words would you use to describe her?
Well, like I said, introspective right now. She's thinking about what it would be, and I should say decisive, but only because you're very clear about what you mean.
I
You know what I
am.
mean? Yeah.
I'm quite... In fact, I'm a little bit embarrassed to realize how very black and white I am.
That's not embarrassing. It's clear. There's no bullshit to it.
Yeah, I have a gauge in me that goes ding, ding, ding.
Right.
Yeah, or complete neutrality.
Does that
But when something's wrong, it's wrong, and I can't tolerate it.
does that help you in life or hurt you in life?
I find it pretty helpful. I'm much less apt to have knee-jerk reactions now, because I've known, okay, well, I could be wrong about this, but when something's ringing alarm bells,
Then you know.
I clean up my universe. That's what I call it. Spit spot.
Okay, my version of James Lipton's 5 questions. Oh, no, I only have 4.
Wait, what? James who?
James Lipton, the Inside the Actors Studio.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Here we go.
Someday I'll have to ask those, but I figure, at some point he'll be able to ask you those questions.
Stupid.
What's your favorite cause? No, what's your favorite cause? No, how's he do it?
Oh,
And then he looks at the audience.
yes. What's the name of that? I forget the French name of the questions.
The what?
He pronounces, from the. You used to be able to know that, but anyway. What one thing did you forget to do yesterday?
What was yesterday?
Was a
Tuesday. What did I do yesterday? Well, I cursed myself because I forgot to get my driver's license. I lost my driver's license. And I took my car to the shop and I couldn't rent a car because I didn't have my driver's license. So that sucked.
That's a drag.
That was a drag. So yeah, I forgot my driver's license.
And I forgot to ring about a babysitter, but anyway.
Well, that'll do. Okay. So we have Renee driving around town without a license and your children at home without a babysitter.
Home alone. Great.
Maybe I should quit there. You know where these questions actually came from? I must admit I didn't invent them. They were asking them at the Oscars. Somebody on like the E! Channel or Inside It was going around, and I thought, that's a kind of fun. So
That's hilarious.
What one thing would you stay up late for?
Painting?
Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace.
Nancy Grace on Court TV.
Oh,
On what TV? Cook TV?
Court TV.
Court TV.
Oh, we're gonna get into
Well,
a
maybe.
fight. You like her? I saw her for the first time 2
I
days
know,
ago.
I'm warning you, she is an acquired taste, but you love her or hate her, she's compelling viewing.
I can't wait.
And most people, after a while, you just get sucked into her orb, man.
What
Well,
about her? What
she's-
about her do you like? I'm curious. I don't even know her.
Yeah.
I don't know who she
What
is. So.
is it? Oh, she's just so damn dramatic.
She's dramatic.
She's opinionated. And she gets people to disagree. I mean, she doesn't mind.
Confrontation or something.
Right, that's her
right.
job, is
Wow.
to be confronting.
Wow.
And then their job is to stick up for their point of view.
Wow.
And
Do you think
she's
just
very
go-
passionate about it. No, she means what she says. She's
Wow.
not
Nancy
Grace.
Grace.
And she does sort of court. Yeah, I'm a sucker for court TV.
And Sharon's like,
Sucker.
she's too dramatic.
Well, you know what I didn't realize, because I didn't know what the show was, and I guess it must have been her show because it said Nancy Grace in the corner. But I thought for one thing that I was watching Fox, not Court TV.
Might have been headline news.
So there was supposed to be this, fair and balanced, I'm thinking, hey, this is the most, opinion.
Sometimes
I
she
didn't
goes
agree
over the
with
line. Yeah, sometimes she goes over the line, but quite often she's right. And she's speaking from and deep, profound experience in what she speaks
You mean
about.
sarcastic or
No.
Okay.
She's
I can't
real deal
wait
with
to see who this lady is.
and also she's I think from Texas or somewhere or Atlanta. I don't know where she's from. So, but she's pretty. I would say
Classic. Oh my gosh.
I
my
don't.
gosh.
I would bet that she's like pro. Frying people, execution.
Oh, probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I would bet that. I don't know that for sure.
She's
But she
her own
doesn't strike
list.
me as being extremely
Right.
touchy-feely about certain things. But she's very touchy-feely about justice for children and all sort of thing.
Wow.
And she's always referring to her ex, like her fiance who got murdered. She's actually a victim. So she's a victim's advocacy lawyer and all sorts of things. But I just think she's my stallion-nostrilled superstar. And at the end of the show, it always makes me giggle. She goes, most of all, thanks to you, bye, friend. And when she
Oh
calls me
my
friend, I
God.
go, ah!
Oh, I don't know. The accent would throw me for a loop.
impertinent. But because it's not, you know, bye, friend.
Oh, that's too much.
I just love that she does. She's just. I like strong sensations, and she ain't subtle. That's what I like about her. Yeah.
Well, we hit on a hot button there, man.
Oh, I love Nancy Grace. Like all
Oh,
those
that's too
women.
funny. That is hilarious. They stay up late for it. That's great.
Just tough ass women, man. She's great.
Actually, there's only 3. I don't know why I wrote 4, but there's only 3. One thing you would never give up eating.
Chocolate comes to mind.
Oh yeah, chocolate. I've tried.
You tried?
Try giving up chocolate?
Yeah, I have trouble giving up coffee too, actually.
I know. I go back and forth. I'm onto it now. I'm onto coffee.
The thing
I know
that's-
it's not good for you.
The thing that's limiting me on chocolate, here's a trick. You go into Trader Joe's and you get one of those big bars. You can't cut them. You can't break them.
Oh,
They're this
right.
thick. All you can do is take your two front teeth and gnaw it like a beaver.
Oh, that's hilarious.
A couple of shavings.
You're getting shavings?
With a meat.
I don't have a meat cleaver.
No, I think they're
Tin
for
resort.
they're
Yeah.
melting, I believe, like melting for strawberries and fondues and stuff, right?
You're not
That's
supposed
what my
to be
brother would
gnawing
do.
it like a beaver.
But I love it, getting shavings.
I'm getting shavings with my two front teeth. This is
It
really
would drive me
close.
crazy.
This woman has
I
lived
would be-
alone too long.
Yeah, but I would be like slamming, you know, I'd be trying to get a chunk off.
Well, I took a knife and I started to pound
There you
away
go.
at that, and then I'll nibble it, I'm going like this, and people are walking past and going,
Sharon,
Yes.
get a meat cleaver.
Yeah. Get a sledgehammer.
You cannot do that around other people.
God, can't be seen doing that. Well, on that high note, of now people gonna look into my office and check out and see what I
Hit
need.
the little click, you know?
Oh, I'm never gonna get away with that again. Thank you so much.
Fun.
Thank you so much.
So next time it should be cocktail hour, I think. We should have wine, like a New Zealand wine. And
Just a few missing things, like door handles.
fireplace.
Oh, he needs those.
Door handles, yeah. So you have to put your hand in the hole when you go to the bathroom. I'm not kidding. Look, no, it was where the house was built. So they had this one little fixture here and then nothing else. So I'm putting in all these can lights and I put in my right.
You know what you need? I saw you need some big floating beard on big chains there, so you can have like this. I love it.
I'm gonna get a couple of chairs that are like 2-seaters. Yeah. And another one that's a 2-seater. Grass on your ceiling.
Oh no, because it's got
I
that,
like
that
it.
Balinese feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And most of my stuff is kind of
It's
Indonesian.
really good. What nice painted
And she's amazing.
did that?
She's coming, actually, she's amazing. Her name's Karen, but she basically can do anything. Make anything look like, you know, she did the paint look around the little light things.
Oh, she
painted
painted
those. And she was, so it's fun, so I kind of want to texture everything. I think I can get my hands on.